Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of GNN. Today is November 1st, 2023, and we have another banner night on our hands here. But before we get into the details of our brand new mobile suit, let's go over some news. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, just before we get into our main event here, we have a special material enhancement campaign going on right now. And what that means is this. We have a special supply drop campaign underway where you get a chance every day to pull a guaranteed mobile suit from the latest lineup. Now, of course, this is a special lineup. It is a single pull, and you're trying to save on tokens. It's kind of great and all, but it's kind of... I would probably skip that, but the limited special mission for the 450 and 500 version of the GUNBOI high mobility type alpha is ongoing, as well as some of the special heads and decals that we've had over previous events and the new melee part. This is ongoing, so hopefully you guys are grinding it out. On top of that, we have the reinforced container recon team promotion, where it increases the chance of a recon rate from 10 to 25%, and then the mobile suit discovery rate goes way up. So you might be finding some free suits during this period. They do say maximum 2 containers if you have just the base stuff right now, before you get into the bronze, silver, gold, and platinum medal rewards. So just bear that in mind. You can potentially, if you have everything all the way up to 6 total containers per day. On top of that, we have double the base rewards, so during the campaign, battle rewards for your pilot XP, dueling points, and clan points will be doubled, so definitely get those lovely, lovely matches going. And on top of that, we have GBO days returning, so it's a free daily pull, or not daily pull, excuse me, a weekly pull, for 4 days campaign every month, and bonuses for new and returning pilots as well. And our main event, which we'll get into shortly, is the Jurick. It is a 2-star, I believe, a raid suit, but like I said, we'll get into that shortly. On top of that, we have a reissue of the Phoenix and both the level 1 and level 2 narrative Gundam B packs, the 650 and 700 respectively, as well as the level 2 Jigen E-type bazooka and the beam saber for that narrative, so which are the primary weapons that it uses. So if you want to add to your collection, that's what's going on there. Recycle ticket is getting the Delta Plus level 1, level 2, which is 650, 700 respectively, as well as some changes to the DP exchange counter. As follows, we are getting the level 4 donut, which I believe is the 700 cost. That is being added, as well as the level 4 implant. Zaka 2 Stutzer level 1, which is a 350 suit, one of the probably strongest 350s in the game thus far, and the most consistent that's out there. And then the level 4 DJ is also being added, so really, really cool stuff. Alright folks, here we are, the Jurick. This is, as I mentioned, a 2-star raid unit. This is in 400 again. So just recently, not even too long ago, we had another 400 cost suit coming in. We have another one coming in, and again, this one being an amphibious mobile suit that was released during the final stages of the 1-year war. Technically, a prototype plans for an amphibious mobile suit but priority was given to the mass production of the GOG. Hence why there are some similarities in design, which could be equipped with beam armament and the Zagok, which had a high overall combat power. Even the Wikipedia or mobile suits lore like this, even obscure mobile suits, falls pretty closely. Improvement in nuclear fusion reactors allowed for the installation of numerous mega particle cannons, although they could not be fired simultaneously. The enhanced cooling system significantly increased the operational time on land. No records of engagements with Federation forces during the performance testing exist. This model has never reached mass production phase due to the war ending. And this is a ground-only suit. It does have a special skill called Auxiliary Power. When you're at 1000 HP or more, and then you take an attack that would normally kill you, you are able to survive with a set amount of HP instead. Temporarily reduces damage from enemies when activated. and nullifies all reactions except cumulative damage dagger, but only at the time of point activation or skill activation, which is basically like a low-cost biosensor. If you are doing 10 pulls, you do get a winter hat. This is a Xeon, basically Ushanka, part of the Xeon submarine crew, and then the marine tag that's on here is from, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the tag from the pilot that is from MS Igloo, who piloted the Zygok that was in Igloo 2 that took down like 4 Salamis type battleships and a Magellan before getting shot down. So it's pretty cool stuff. So on to the nitty-gritty details of our new suit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the Jurick. It is a pretty beefy 400 cost raid, very similar to, I would say, the GOG in terms of health. We're looking at 21k HP, 28s in both beam and ballistic, and 18 in melee. There's not much in the range and melee strength category, 10 and 15 respectively, with a slightly faster walking speed of 80 and high speed movement of 180 over the GOG, as well as the, I would say, a decent amount of thruster gauge on there. Turning speed is 51, and if we scroll up to the GOG itself, I think it's a lot slower turning wise too, 45. So this feels very, I would say, for something as hefty as this, feels a little more nimble. But jumping into the weapon side of things, 1600 base power with an 85% heat rate at 300 meters. It does stun on hit, so it's your aim and shoot, and you are able to walk as well. So that's kind of nice. So it's not a commit stance fire type of weapon, but the heat rate is gonna kind of hurt a little bit, and the overheat is okay. As far as 13 seconds go, it might be a long 13 seconds. Anyways, on top of that, we do have the Iron Nail for the Jurick, coming in at base power of 2400, so that's pretty nasty already. Cool 2-second swings, as well as a 3-second charge time for its heavy attack. This thing's gonna be pretty nasty. I can tell you that for sure, and you can see everybody on the game is probably gonna be abusing the hell out of this. It also has a front mega particle cannon, a discharge, so kind of like a meme beam, similar to the catapult that would be later developed. Base power 800 sustain, instantly overheats on firing, with the effective range of 250 meters, 20-second overheat, and a 1-second charge time. So yeah, basically, if you play the catapult enough, this is basically the same kind of thing. You are not able to focus and move at the same time, so yeah, it's pretty much the same methodology. This is kind of the kicker here. It has a multi-directional mega particle cannon, very similar to the Big Zam. Base power of 3000, 30% heat rate, but although I believe it does overheat on discharge when it fires all its cannons there, so just something to note. 250 effective meters, overheats with 15 seconds, and a 2.5 second focus time. So this is great for kind of getting out of those situations where people are starting to surround you a little bit. Going into the lovely shopping list of skills here, Assault Booster, Balancers, obviously. MA2 over the shock dampers that the GOG has. It's kind of situational, because if you're boosting a lot, the Jurick does seem a lot more favorable in that sense to be, having, I would say, higher thrust to take advantage of the skills, especially if you want to kind of mitigate some of that stun lock mechanics in GBO2. But on top of that, we do have, this does have 3 swings. You do have Enhanced Tackle 4, as we mentioned earlier, Heavy Attack, Anti-Blast Stabilizer, Damage Control 3, just like the GOG, and you also have an Active Guard Kai, which, after negating attack, there's a temporary boost here in Mobile Suit attack power. I'm not sure what the duration is. So this is going to be pretty interesting to add on top of that. As aquatic mobile shooting, just like the GOG. The auxiliary power, 1% or more HP. Thought that would be interesting, and then utilize that as a sort of martyrdom type of mechanic. Your buffers are on your shoulders and your special equipment, special arms, I guess. So 15 and 10. So because they're so burly, you don't need a shield. That's basically your shield right there. But jumping into that, as we have B-roll playing around with that, that's pretty crazy. Haven't taken out yet, but I can see it's gonna be a problem for sure. As I look into this more, it's not gonna be hard to fight it, but it's not gonna be like a walk in the park either. It's gonna be one of those things where I think it'll definitely test your knowledge and, well, adaptability to latency, for that matter. But it is a big target, so never know. Might be worthwhile to pull for this thing. Alright folks, with that said, that concludes tonight's banner news on the brand new Jurick here. If you guys enjoyed what you saw and found it informative, please don't hesitate to hit that like and subscribe button. And let me know in the comments if you are going to be pulling this interesting looking amphibious suit that certainly, if we gave it horns, looks like something out of Monster Hunter World, and looks like a particular monkey fan over there. So, that said, have a great night. I'll see you guys all on the next video. Take care.